And this is a really important point. Um, those of you that understand what's really at stake, you need to be praying for the president, praying for his family, uh, and praying for all of his advisors who are around him through all of these crises that are coming. The people that work there in the White House, that support the president day to day. Uh, Very serious dramas are taking place, and they will escalate, not lessen, over the next weeks and months. We need to stay strong, understand what's going on, not be hand wringing and worrying about the outcome or how these people are going to win, because they're not going to win. But it is going to be steady at the wheel. You're going to be in a storm that you can't believe. It's going to be tossing and turning, and we're still firing those Volkswagens over and over and over and over and over. So uh, relax, buckle up, be ready. Don't be a hand wringer. Don't let the other camp get you confused about where you're at. Don't let the mainstream media get you convinced that there actually is a constitutional crisis, because there really isn't a crisis. This has all been planned. This has all been mapped on supercomputers. The guys that are backing the president have been playing out every scenario over and over and over, multiple variations a day since the very beginning of this presidency and beyond. And they have understood even the allowing of the impeachment to move forward and not forcing Wray to come forward over at the FBI and do a proper investigation timely, allowing that impeachment process to go forward. Imagine if they tried to pull the impeachment post-election, and then we had that as a drama, and everybody's hand-wringing, and the election, and all the foreign countries looking at our drama. We got that out of the way. We showed that nobody's getting impeached. You know, you can impeach him, but it doesn't mean that he's leaving office. So they impeached him. Well, they didn't get the Senate, so they don't have it. Not going to happen. And now we control the courts. Roberts can't control where we're going with the court because we have a majority that outrides Roberts. So long and short of it is, his vote's not going to matter. And as I think I said on your show, I certainly said somewhere else, I don't think Roberts is there in office 4 years from now, and probably sooner. So
Yeah.
with that in mind, the direction of the country is going is going to be radically different than most people can even conceive. Your audience specifically needs to anticipate where it's really going and not listen to the siren song of the mainstream media and the pundits and everybody else, and understand that the reality is, behind the scenes, this administration has been working tirelessly, anticipating this moment. The people that have been behind this president before he even announced have been working tirelessly, looking at all the options to anticipate them, to be prepared, to get these other people exposed out in the open and then off the playing field. Pieces on the chessboards being taken out of play by giving them a chance to be shown for what they are, and now they're no longer a threat. They're no longer valid. Their opinion doesn't matter because they were allowed to be in there, and it was neutralized. So we're actually in a pretty sound position moving forward. Everybody take a deep breath. Within this audience, there should be no question that we're doing fine. We're the ones firing the salvos. We're not on the receiving side. Even if you feel the ground shake around you, it's targeted near you, but it's not you that's being targeted. Just stay out of the way. Don't go close to it. I had somebody that I talked to this morning that every person in this audience would know the name, every person. And they said, I'm thinking about running as a Democrat in my location, which is totally Democrat, just to be a spy on the inside and do whatever. I says, you don't want guilt by association with that. I understand the ideal. I understand the idea. But the reality is you don't even want to touch that with a 1,000-foot pole, because the guilt by association is such. And I mentioned taking the bumper sticker off the car right here. There's a person that's in there that's been there all their life, and they're taking the bumper sticker off their car with a razor blade. You don't even want to go there. If you want to do something else, you want to do it as an independent, you want to make a difference somehow else, That's fine. I get that, but I wouldn't want guilt by association, because this is where that's going right now. It's going to be epic. And your audience needs to begin to understand what's in play and be able to talk to the people around them so that they aren't in a fearful mode as these dramas unfold. And they're going to be epic dramas. And understand that at the end of the day, yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to take the country back. We're going to reindustrialize the country. We're going to put the country back on track. Be part of it. Have some fun. Take a deep breath, and let's get the monsters.
Absolutely.
What has been allowed to happen, what's been happening, as though we didn't see it, as though the people in this administration didn't see it. The president has consolidated power. It took 4 years to get to this point. It's not perfect yet, but it's being perfected. And a lot of these enemies are going to be exposed decisively. And not just the American people, but the world are going to get a chance to pick a lane. In Canada, they're going to see the criminality going on in their government right beside us. And they will get a chance to make choices where they want to align themselves, here or back over there in England, and that crowd that's controlling them from afar. Down in Mexico, same thing. You want to work with us, shoulder up with us, try and sort things out through the Americas and North America, our alignments. They're going to go through a presidential election process starting next year. Who's going to win that? Who's going to shoulder up with us here in America to get stable here at home and then be available to help out through the rest of the world? We're fixing our own affairs here at home, pulling our own people in, and getting ready to, if we have to engage kinetically with China, engage them kinetically. You know, we took F-117s out of storage.
Yep.
That were retired, and we've got them up and operational, and those people are flying them around, getting up to speed, ready to go. All those units are coming online. We have stuff they don't even know that we've got put away. They think they got their hypersonic missiles and they're threatening us. We got stuff they didn't even have in their game plan figured out, that our guys were sifting stuff over to them so they could operate. Well, maybe they got a few surprises that they haven't dialed in yet. They think they're going to get away with something with us. Not happening. So everybody take a deep breath. Get in the right place mentally, knowing that, you know, these barrage, these ground thumpers that you're going to feel shortly, it's not the end of the world. They're not targeted at you. And ultimately, you know, we're going to get through this. And this is working to our advantage. Imagine what it's like to be on the receiving end for real. You know, I don't wish that on anybody, but they're about to get it, and they deserve it, by the way. So anyway, that's what I got for you, V. I'm sure there's more we could talk about, but I don't want to, you know, go too long for your audience.